Gordon, and welcome to day 66 of the Summer Sega, where today we are going to take a look at the source of our 44th perfect playthrough in the 11th game of Christmas in 2022. That is Ristar. Now, because I already achieved all the conditions for a perfect playthrough, there really isn't anything new I could show off in this live stream. So, well, as far as campaign is concerned, well, that's not true. I could actually play the Japanese version. So there we are. We're playing the Japanese release of Ristar rather than the US or PAL release. The two have different stories. In the English version, you're trying to rescue Ristar's dad. In the Japanese version, this guy right here basically unleashes his minions upon the denizens of the galaxy, who essentially worship Ristar as a god. So the citizens of the planet pray to their other goddess to send them the hero they need, who is Ristar. Right here, the goddess. So it's kind of funny, when you think about it, it's basically Ristar's mom who awakens Ristar from his slumber so he could save the people of this solar system. In the Japanese version, it's just called Ristar the Shooting Star. We go options. Still just normal or hard. But now we have some passwords to look at. Now, the passwords I unlocked were Do Feel, I Love You, Museum, and Meguro. I'm gonna start with Meguro because this one seems to be the most interesting. Onchi system setup. Okay, so on cheat mode is basically a distortion of the music tracks. Huh. So basically what Anchi On does, it kind of takes the boss of stage 4, the Ooh sings distort tunes, and basically has him distort the tunes here, so... Alright. So next up is... I'm gonna go with... a password that wasn't part of the... that wasn't part of the, passwords. Copyright Sega 1995. Cool. Drew's site basically reveals the locations of secret items and where you can grab and the points that you could grab in order to obtain them. Me and me. And here's another... but I want to go with another... time attack mode. Nine, just a millisecond shy of 10. Oh. So that's really what time attack does. It's basically tests you to see how fast you can make it through the bonus rounds. So it kind of sucks. There's no time attack for the main stages themselves. So alright, I think I'm going to exit out this one. Oops. Wow, 14 drop frames is all it took to wreak havoc. So, what's the next passer on the docket? Let's do boss rush mode, since I have the passer for that from my previous playthrough. So let's just go ahead and knock these all out. Why not? Museum. First contact is Riho. What's funny is that every single password in this game is available is that every single password in the game is available in the Japanese version. And we see this guy who was under brainwash. Second contact, no shot. Why not battle complete boss rush? Why not? Pay attention to what he does. I don't recall him summoning a swarm of fish in the US release of Ristar. Guess they must have removed it. Bit trivia, Ristar's design was based on a prototype design of a rabbit that they were experimenting with for as far as new mascots were concerned. So they replaced the rabbit design with that of a shooting star. Originally, the rabbit would be able to grab stuff with his ears. This gives me angry video game nerd adventures vibes. This boss fight, specifically the Hell stage. Alright. Just a baby little mole. Again, this is boss rush mode, so... So this is the Onshi mode that I was speaking of earlier. It's the Onshi versions of... I think this is the last set. And that's it. So when that boss tries singing, that's Onshi. The music turns into like an Onshi version with the distorted tunes. So that's what I was talking about at the beginning when I went and did the password for Onshi mode. With contact, it armor. There was nothing I could do about it. Hey, we beat the boss. Or did we? Now we've beaten the boss. Six contact is uranium. Oh. So that was Uranum, one of the main henchmen of Captain Meanie of the Space Pirates, is what his name is, I think. I think one of the downsides is that Sega Genesis Classics doesn't give us manuals or anything like that. We just sort of have to figure things out along on our own. So contact Inonis, who was the scientist that was assisting Uranum previously. That's it for this boss. As contact, Greedy. Sorry, not Meanie, Greedy. Alright, we were in the last phase of the fight. And yes, we are using music and sound effects from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, believe it or not. Boom. Alright, we clear them all. So, next up is... let's do candy. Which is another Japan exclusive password, which makes Ristar invincible. Let's do matcha next. The Miyake color. They don't know what that is. Miyake color. Let's do master. Again, all these passwords I'm doing, except for matcha for some reason, is Japan exclusive. Please wait for next story. Wait. For next story, thank you. Too bad we never got another Ristar unless you count the Game Gear version. Free continue, okay. It means that there's no continue limits on how... first high score in demo mode, let's do hit tap. First score coming. Let's reset the console. Okay, they show the high score first, so I don't know, have no idea how to do hit tap for how hit tap supposed to work. So, let's do 2 other difficulties. Super mode on. And what about superb? Super mode. It's another one. Well, I think super and superb seem to be exactly the same. And then go all X's. Password clear. want to see Star again. Hey, look, there was a shooting star right there. That's nice. Now, I'm gonna go with the Japan exclusive password, feel, which puts hyper mode on, which also instigates I love you, Mimi, and Candy all active at the same time. Mimi is hidden items are available. Hidden items are revealed to you. I love you is stage select. And Candy is that you're invincible. So let's scroll through these stages. And you know what, let's get to round 6. And the reason why I'm not skipping all straight to the final boss is because to my knowledge there are no hidden items in the final boss. I'll do stage 6 too. Also, even though super mode basically says you have 1 life, 1 life, 1 health bar, no continues. Oh. See, the enemies deal 0 damage because I'm invincible. I can't get past this guy until I defeat him. That was annoying. you could still die, you just don't take damage. Alright, and now... I'm just gonna go down here. See, enemies can't do shit to me anymore. Alright, and... Alright, there. And there we go. I was meant to go through that spike tunnel, but I decided to go up here instead. Yeah, I'm just gonna chill down here. What the hell? Boss Arena. Yeah, I'm invincible, jackass. Alright. I don't think I need to show off all the stages in the game because I already completed Ristar, so I'm just going through the motions. So for those of you new, I actually just use this to show off all the passwords, and to do that I chose to play the Japanese version. Especially since the Japanese and English releases have different music tracks. And I showed off all the passwords, primarily the ones associated with the end goal of my perfect playthrough, which was collect all the treasures. And yes, you're supposed to do this. And because I'm invincible, which is a Japan exclusive cheat, I can attack this guy with literally no abandon. And I didn't skip straight to the final boss, even though I could. I think I just need one more hit on him. Alright, and that's it. And yeah, that's it. I've done all the extra stuff I needed to do to show off Ristar. And this definitely gives me Pokemon Gold Silver Crystal vibes. The credits, with the top and bottom bars, and the characters dancing. Kumimiyake. And as I said previously, I already achieved all the base conditions for a perfect playthrough with the 44th perfect playthrough, which is January of 2023, the 11th game of Christmas that year of 2022. All right. because it gives me goosebumps. It's not a super nostalgic game for me. It's not a game I got around playing until high school with Sonic Mega Collection Plus. But man, it really makes me swell up sometimes. It generally feels like an end of an era. End of an era for the Sega Genesis. You know, I remember in '96 was the last year me and my family previously owned a Genesis game. I was in Metropolis Act 2, I believe. I was only 6 years old. I was making a deep run in that Sonic 2. And what happened? My baby brother, who was born a couple months earlier, yanked the Genesis off the living room set, and it crashed down to the floor, breaking the Genesis. My parents ultimately sold the Genesis, traded in the Genesis and our entire Sega Genesis library. And in the Christmas of that year, we got the PlayStation. With a couple games like Man 97, Allies and Generals. You are Ristar Master. Total score. So even though I never played Ristar as a kid, this gives me childhood nostalgic vibes. It truly felt like the last Sonic game we would ever get on the Genesis. Until 3D Blast, of course. So we didn't unlock any of the passwords, so no treasure. Which is fine because I wasn't trying to achieve a perfect playthrough this time. So, even though this is a super nostalgic game, where does this game rank in the tier list for me? Oops, these were the passwords I was looking up. Well, I already achieved all the baseline conditions for a perfect playthrough, so I'm adding it on the list. But what I've covered so far, it's either top of A tier or bottom of S tier. Honestly, I'm going to give it bottom of S tier. Why? Because I genuinely think because I do believe that it is a genuinely great game for the Genesis. And I would not be surprised in the least if it turns out to be the last game I cover for the Summer of Sega that lands in S tier. At least the last Genesis game. So, with that said, which of these games are we going to cover tomorrow? Well, I still don't have anyone to play with, so I'm going to postpone Streets of Rage for as long as I possibly can. I think the only games were left that were a perfect playthrough are feasible are Alien Soldier, Dynamite Heady, Galaxy Force 2, and maybe Toe Jam and Earl 2. Columns 3, I've yet to make it past the second opponent because those matches can go on forever. So, of the games are and all the others are RPG or action adventure or RPGs. But the remaining games, Galaxy Force 2 is actually the one I'm actually doing pretty well in. I actually got a couple good runs in with this game during my off-screen grinding, so I would probably pay Galaxy Force 2 as my next game. So tune in tomorrow for that, because Lord knows there aren't that many first-time perfect playthroughs left I can possibly muster through Summer of Sega. Galaxy Force 2 is, realistically speaking, the very last game left on the docket. So, tune in tomorrow where we take on Galaxy Force 2. Leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate it. With all out of the way, this is Mike Gorin, sign out.